Okay, ciao everyone. Now we're going to talk about chapter 3. Chapter 3 is your equipment. So I know because of the pandemic it's going to be a little bit different than what we've done in the past. So each person or each student will have their own workstation. So your workstation will be set up for you, and there are going to be different things on that workstation depending on what you'll be making that day. Some items will be in to-go containers, tart shell pans. We've ordered for them, little 3.5 inch or 4 inch to do your tarts in, and then you can take them home. You don't have to worry about washing the pans. But other things you'll have to work with, and here's a few. There's probably a few others, but we're going to start with these because the ingredients are going to be pre-measured for you. So you're going to come in and do start your recipe right off. You watch the videos that we have for you, and you'll see. But I just want to show you different things. So here, this is our induction burner. Each of you will have an induction burner, and to turn it on, you hit that. It says to add a pan. So in our box over back here, and I'll show you what's in our box, we have a sill pad to put on top, and we put our pan on top, and it'll tell you. And so now you're going to hit the power temp, and that goes to your Fahrenheit. So depending on what we're making, I'll tell you, okay, turn it up to, so you can see, there we go. You can turn this up to 100 and let's start with 210 to start your pastry cream, and bring it down to 180 while you're cooking it. Take it off the heat and such. So you always have that. Once you remove the pan, it'll stop, and then you can shut it off as well. Okay, so that's your induction burner. We have two different sized pots, a small and a medium. They're hung right behind me. You might be able to see. They're hung in back right behind me, a couple others. But anything, like I said, anything like that you'll need, it will actually be there for you. We have 9-inch cake pans, springform pan, where you clip the sides, bottom comes out. Okay, you might be using one of those. Depending on what we're making in class. We have a cake ring that you might be also be using that. We have saute pans. We have two different sizes in this as well. So there's a small and a large. Maybe when you're cooking your apples for your apple tarts, you might go into that route. Okay. Next we have our mixers. So everybody's going to have their, each will have their own 8-quart mixer. Okay. So your bowl here. Put the first two latches in the front first, then press it, snap it in the back. Okay, so then that way, and then add your attachment, whether it be the paddle or such. Go ahead. There's a handle on the side. You're going to lift the bowl up. You'll let it go, mix, do all your items, whatever you're mixing. You're done. Stop. Put the bowl down. Always make sure it stops. Scrape whatever you're doing. Take your attachment off first, and then just lift the bowl up and it'll come right off. Okay, so you have a whip attachment when we're doing our angel food cakes or anything that you want to incorporate air. You have a dough hook, so anytime you're going to be making bread and you're not making it by hand, or if you're going to use the mixer, here's your dough hook. Okay, so those are your parts for your mixer, and each, like I said, each of you will have a mixer on the side there. Okay, so I want to show you what's in your bins. So you're going to have a list of items that are in your bin. And every day before you leave, you're going to make sure your equipment is clean, and you're going to put your bin together. Okay, so you'll have a white bin. And so on your list you have a rolling pin, a nice rolling pin. You have a medium whisk, icing spatula, offset spatula, and you can see that, offset spatula. You have a stainless steel sifter, is right there. Stainless steel strainer that we've used for our cookies and such. Okay, two handle spatulas, one small and one large spatula. So we want to make sure we have both spatulas in there. Okay, we have those. Silicone mat. We know we had this when we just did our pot. And the reason we put this on the on the induction burner so the pan doesn't slide everywhere. So that's why we have our steel pat mat. We have a non-slotted spoon and a non-slotted spoon. We have those. We have, okay, we're going to go into our little container here. This is your pastry blender. Okay, this is where we're going to cut in our fat into our flour products. We have that. We have our slotted spoon, non-slotted spoon we just talked about. Stainless steel scraper. So I don't like to use these on the table because it nicks into the wooden table, but it's okay to do to scrape other things that you might need to. So you have that. Okay, I'm going to move this over here so you can see the products here. Here, you have our strainer. Okay, scraper, our bowl scraper. Bowl scraper is used just to, it bends. And so the roundness goes at the bottom of the bowl, which is great. So we have our bowl scraper. Of course, we have a brush. Brush our products. We have our, let's see where we're at. We have our bowl scraper, our brush, our number 60 scoop. Each one has its own scoop for your regular cookies. Cake comb. So we're icing a cake and we need to comb the sides. There's 3 different sizes there. There's a large, medium, and a small. So you have a cake comb. Measuring spoons, in case they need them, but like I said, everything's going to be measured for you. Measuring cups are also in here. We have a peeler, in case you have to peel your apples and such. And we have a pizza cutter. And we also have a couple of brushes. Now these are to clean the mixers. Sometimes inside, underneath the mixer part, and you can still see the mixers over here. Underneath, sometimes the food gets underneath there, so we like to scrape that and scrape around the edges just to clean, to make sure it's nice and clean. So those will be in your bin. Like I said, the equipment itself, you'll be here limited time, and so I will be baking your products for you. You'll be setting them on a half sheet pan, which will be on your station. Half sheet pans, I believe you already know. I'll show you. This is a pretty rough looking sheet pan, but you can see that's a half sheet pan. So a lot of our items will be baked on this. And so we just want to make sure we'll have everything for you. This is just difficult times, but we're going to get through it. You'll know your equipment. I'll do a little video on all of the large equipment, so you can just see what it's like. Our Baxter oven, our deck oven, our 64 mixer, floor mixer, and such. But you have an idea of your mixer here, how to use it, and your equipment will be put back in the bin and put underneath your table. So we'll just make sure you have everything, and I'll do a refresher. Just a quick refresher when you come in to use your mixers, just so, because I know it's going to be a little difficult, but we'll get through this, and it's good. Okay, I'm sure there's other things you might have questions, but always email me, and I will always get your messages in my cell phone. They go directly to michael.paradiso@ppcc.edu, so you'll have all that information. But we'll do all those after, and when we have just a little chat once we start. Okay, everyone, thank you so much. Hey, we'll see you soon, and we look forward to having classes. All right, arrivederci.